So, of 185 countries that offer paid maternity leave, the United States is not one of them. The United States is instead in the company of Papua New Guinea and Oman. These two countries rank 158th and 52nd respectively on the UN's Human Developmental Index, whereas the United States ranks 8th. The Human Developmental Index is a statistical analysis that analyzes life expectancy, education, and economic welfare for a majority of world states, all of which are human rights encompassed. In comparison, Chad, which ranks 185th out of 188 states in the index, they only offer 14 weeks of paid maternity leave compared to the United States, who offers very minimal. As for paid paternity leave, the case isn't any better. The United States gives expecting fathers 0 years of paid paternity leave, whereas Iceland gives fathers 3 months of paid leave. Despite the United States shining in the Human Developmental ranking, the government fails in guaranteeing one right that parents deserve: paid leave. In order for anyone to receive paid leave, they must meet the criteria of the Family and Medical Leave Act of 1993. This criteria includes they must work in a business, school, public agency with at least 50 workers, have worked at their place of employment for at least 12 months, and worked 1,250 hours in the past 12 months. This act leaves out a large portion of the American workforce. Along with those who do not meet the above requirements are part-time workers, freelancers, workers with ill relatives, elected officials, and people who need routine checkups. It is rather ironic that elected officials who helped push the act through block themselves for unpaid leave. It should not matter what position a worker holds or how many hours they have worked, everyone deserves the right for paid maternity leave. Many of these workers use their sick days and vacation days to ensure that they don't lose their jobs. By restricting American workers from having any type of leave, especially paid leave, many workers will lose their jobs for unforeseeable occurrences. They will lose sick days and vacation days for reasons that are handled, and they will not be able to care for their babies like they should be able to. The American government should amend the Family and Medical Leave Act to become more inclusive and add paid leave for all workers. By allowing paid leave, they will be able to confidently start a family without worrying about consequences. In the case of short leave, mothers may feel unsure about returning to work so quickly after having a child. New mothers may leave the workforce entirely to care for their child on some occasions. In other cases, mothers return just a couple days after giving birth. In the case of Erin Taylor, an optometrist from Texas, after giving birth to her first child, she was back to work within a week. After the birth of her second child, she was back into work after just 10 days. In the state of California, there are 2 state-run insurances that allow workers paid leave. The first insurance is the disability insurance. This insurance covers people with disabilities. These disabilities include pregnancy and related disabilities. The second insurance is called paid family leave. The leave system covers caring for sick family members, also cares for parents that are expecting a new child. In 2014, the insurance was amended to include workers who had to care for extended family that the FMLA didn't cover. These 2 insurances allow recipients to receive up to 55% of their weekly income for a total of 6 weeks. These insurances show the progress that can be made at the federal and state level. If states show progression on the problem, it will tell the federal government that a change is needed. Even after the success that the California paid legal system shows that when they enacted it in 2004, only New Jersey, New York, Washington, and the District of Columbia made any changes other than California. When families receive leave with pay, they can confidently care for sick relatives, start families without losing their jobs or worrying about their finances. The benefits of paid leave have proven to outshine the economic costs by a long shot on many occasions. In a CNN review of over 20 studies surrounding paid leave, they found that health of both the parent and the child improves significantly when parents are allowed to have paid leave. One of these studies, in particular, was conducted by Jody Heyman and Allison Earle of the Institute for Health and Social Policy, and Amy Robb of Northeastern University and the Institute of Urban Health Research. Among their research, the trio found that paid maternity leave was associated with 10% lower neonatal and infant mortality rates, and also 9% lower rate of mortality for children younger than 5 years of age. Another outstanding finding from these experts is that 35% of all children deaths are caused by malnutrition. By allowing mothers paid leave, this would allow them to properly breastfeed their children so that malnutrition is much less likely. These facts provide examples of how the benefit of paid leave are long-lasting and affect far too many citizens to settle for the inadequate legal status that currently stands. Now envision yourselves a few years down the road. You are married, and you and your significant other are expecting a baby. With paid parental leave, you and your spouse get to experience every moment of your newborn's life. You can afford diapers and doctor's appointments and can breastfeed freely. The bond you develop with your child is strong, and it can be and your child never gets sick for more than a day or two because you are there to keep a close eye on them. Now consider life with a newborn baby without paid leave. You could be dropping your newborn off at a German daycare. You'll probably end up missing a majority of your child's first, and also the bond between you and your baby will just not be as strong. Soon, you find yourself not catching symptoms of sickness right away because you spend most of the day away from your child. When asked about the issue, President Obama himself replied, saying, quote, "Family leave, childcare, flexibility, these aren't frill, they're basic needs. They shouldn't be bonuses, they should be the bottom line." So together, we must protest current legislation and force the American government to change restricting American policies so that paid parental leave is the right of every family.